goes on behind these eyes? You don't know the loneliness hidden inside. You don't know I wanna eat you up alive. Come and get to know me, my type of wild. I'm the kind that spins you and hangs you dry. Well, I'm already on to another side. If you gave me your whole life, I would still have room for more. Cause I've got that appetite. Baby, I never feel whole. You might get me through the night, but it will never be enough. It will never be enough. Cause I'm a black gold for your love. You, na na na, to my center of gravity. Cause it's true, na na na, everything they say about me. I'll love you like a supernova, burned into you like a shooting star. Always craving for you to come to me. Though this way of life, no, it ain't healthy, but ain't no other way, it's just what I need. I want all your soul, I want your body. I'm the type that licks her play clean. Don't wanna let out, wanna you can eat. If you gave me your whole life, I would still have room for more. Cause I've got that appetite. Baby, I never feel whole. You might get me through the night, but it will never be enough. It will never be enough. Cause I'm a black gold for your love. It's true, na na na, everything they say about me. I'll love you like a supernova, burn into you like a shooting star. If you give me your whole life, I would still have room for more. Cause I've got that appetite. Baby, I never feel whole. You might get me through the night, but it will never be enough. It will never be enough. Cause I'm a black gold for your love.
Buenas, buenas. ¿Cómo va? ¿Todo bien? Bueno, vamos a estar viendo The Odin Project otra vez. Hey. Threat? Well, I think it's Threat. Threat just, am I too early to join? I see the Odin project in the title, so is Odin programming language or Odin library? It's a course. Let me show you. the Odin project is like you have at the beginning you have the foundation path where you will see basic stuff. It will show you how to install your tools, like your ID, how to install Linux if you're working in Windows. But it's very complete, you know. You also learn a bit of Git at the beginning, HTML, CSS, Flexbox, JavaScript, and very, very helpful. But when you finish all this, you can choose your path. You can choose the full stack JavaScript path. That is why I'm doing. Is mainly focused on the front end, but also you will see the back end. Or Ruby on Rails, like it's more focused on back, but also you will see no matter what a bit of front end. I don't know, for me it's great. It's a great resource. Have you tried? Maybe you know Bootcamps is well known also. JavaScript Ruby looks great to start calling with. Yeah. If you like the backend, I recommend you to start with Ruby, but let's see Ruby. In some part of the Ruby path, you will learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript. You know, some of things you learn here also you learn in the front end. So can you mix at the end? You mix all your knowledge in once. That's why you become a full stack. FreeCodeCamp is helpful to a certain level, I think, because it holds your hand all the way. In this case, Odin project kinda leave you alone. You have to research, read a lot of articles, try and try again and until you succeed. So I prefer the Odin project instead of FreeCodeCamp. But to start, the FreeCodeCamp is nice. I mean, it's very complete. Also, at the end of each section, you have a complete section to how to look for a job or how to pass interviews and stuff like that. Very helpful info. I don't know if you're still here to read, but if you are, there is another bootcamp for beginners or no, so beginners that is called Code the Dream. I think they are great too.
vibration harder for you. Four lines breaking under my feet. Oh, alright, I'll get used to this eventually. Don't hold your breath for me. Four lines breaking under my feet. Oh, alright, I'll get used to this eventually. Someday you'll see. Four lines, 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 breaking under my feet. Oh, it gets quiet.
Thanks for explaining. I would like to share you, but my hands full of stuff already. Okay. I call myself a senior dev for 5 years, but there is always stuff to learn. Yeah, exactly. Also, another resource is great. It's called Full Stack Open. You can learn more stuff, more in deep. I tried, but it still was hard for me, so I go back to the Odin project. Please don't let me hold you. I would like you to code on it. Right now I only have to read, but the previous trip I was coding. I mean, nothing fancy, nothing huge. It was just what was it? A weather app, but I use a lot ChatGPT because it was hard to understand. I mean, the recursion stuff, a function that calls himself. Yeah, some part I use ChatGPT, other parts I wrote by myself, and yeah, finally it works. It worked. It worked okay. But now you see, I have to read, and more reading, reading. A lot of reading, so no worries. Also, in the title of the stream, I wrote Charlas, that means chat, so it's okay. Are you working in what language or frameworks? Now I write bash script for automation of swapping Linux kernel of live server since Red Hat fucked up the channel. Okay, nice. That's nice. A couple of years ago, I used to work in a ISP, working with a Debian. But I never wrote scripts or stuff. I just Debian, Linux Debian. Yeah, that's right, Debian. I had to set up services like mail services, web services, firewalls, and yeah, basic stuff. But now I completely forgot. So you are more on the back. I use Debian for proxy servers and domain management just cause. Yep. Yes. Yeah, Debian is neat. I swapped from FreeSB iptable to Debian and it was blessing. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, I remember apt tables. So you're kind of a Linux administrator. Yeah, I do. Mostly sysadmin stuff since I moved to Taiwan 2 years ago and the thing that I know was maintaining servers and automation. Cool. very cool. Yeah, I have a friend in Panama that do that. I mean, almost the same. I used to work teacher as a teacher in Zurich Tech Uni. Ah, cool. Pretty cool. Well, a bit for myself. I'm from Argentina. If you don't know, I started to learn coding the last year in January, I think. But I started with free code camp. I did to JavaScript section, and then left and switched to the Odin project, and I spent a few months, and then I stopped. Big mistake there, to enroll in a free bootcamp called Oracle, and yeah, it was okay, but at the end I think it was a waste of time. So I came back to the Odin project, and I'm trying to stick with the Odin project. So when I finish the Odin project, I will start applying for jobs in USA, Canada, Europe, and places countries where they speak English mostly. I had I don't. I'm studying, so I don't. I'm not even a trainee. You know, I know how. I built some stuff like a calculator or a to-do app. What was it? Tic-tac-toe game. I don't remember the other ones, but yeah, small stuff. So yeah, my main goal is to finish the JavaScript section in Odin project by the end of the year, and then start applying for jobs. Yeah, I know. The best way of learning to code is making stuff. But I don't know. I like to read too, so it's fine. Because at the end of this, I have to do 3 projects or 2 projects. Let me see. More recursion, I did it, but then I have to build a project with linked list, other one with binary search tree, and the last one is Knights Traveling. I think it's a chess game stuff. So it's that way. That's why Odin is so great, because you're reading and then you have to build stuff. For example, the other section, I have to practice with testing. I have to build a game battleship, and for sure I have to test it, and so on. It's pretty cool. So I also in a bootcamp, like I told you before, called Code the Dream. They are like a community bootcamp service. I heard of it because from a friend, he told me to apply to, so I did. Lucky me, I got accepted. And now they closed the application from people from other countries. They only accept people from the States. And it's great. It's great. I enrolled to intro to programming. Let me show you. Where you see HTML, CSS, JavaScript. And for me it's great because I can practice again stuff. I'm here into programming, but the next September I will join into the React section and Node.js Express section, because in that time probably I already have seen this stuff of this material in the Odin project, so kinda able I will say I will have more knowledge about those technologies. Also, the good part is like when you finish your education, you have the opportunity to apply an internship, and if they pick you, they will be compensated like 30 or 30k a year. So you can have your free experience in the real world. So pretty cool. Does it give license or some kind? License like a certificate? You see? Do you mean like a certificate when you finish the bootcamp? Okay. I'm not quite sure, right? I think probably, but it's just for you because the certificate it doesn't have a real value of there. Most of the people say when I ask senior devs or recruiters or whatever, they are looking for someone who can really build stuff, instead of saying, yeah, I know to build this, that, whatever. But when they are facing a challenge, they get blank, and so yeah, the main goal for them is that you actually know how to write and build stuff, not only a certificate. It will be helpful if you have a study from a university like computer science, or I don't know, some engineer from one university. It will be helpful at some point, but if you can demonstrate you can build stuff, that's okay. Most of the people say that. This one. Because I'm reading what it's doing. But yeah, sure. I mean, I can do the console. At the list, and this code, according to the text, it say they take 34 steps, so it takes a bit time to complete, but how many steps? I don't know. What numbers? Second order is 10. Tengo el mismo resultado, pero quiero saber cuántas, how many. I mean, both of them works the same time. I mean, both of them prints the same information, but probably the second code has fewer steps. You see, the number of steps is 34, but if you enter another number, then the number of steps changes. There is no concrete number we can use to measure the efficiency of our code because it's changed based on standard and class. Yeah, if I put 40, for example, more steps. So what we really want to be able to measure is how the number of steps of our algorithm changes when data changes. This helps us answer the question of whether the code we write will scale. To do that, we need to delve into a new concept, asymptotic notation, in particular the big O. Asymptotic notation, simple patterns notation are used to describe the running time of algorithm because running time can differ depending on input. There are several notations that measure that running time different ways. The three most common are as follows. Big O notation represents the upper bound of an algorithm, that means that worst case scenario for how the algorithm will perform. Omega notation represents the lower bound of an algorithm. This is the best case scenario. Theta notation represents both the upper and the bound and lower bound, and therefore analyzes the rich case complexity of an algorithm. The big O is the one you will most commonly see referenced because you need to be sure the worst case scenario for any code you write is scalable. As the input grow in your application. It's also worth noting that notations given below for big O also apply to omega and theta notations. The difference are in how they look. To measure the efficiency of the algorithm and therefore which notation should apply. This should become clearer as you read on. Okay. What is BIGO? BIGO give us a consistent way to measure the efficiency of an algorithm. It gives us a measurement of the time it takes for algorithm to run as the input grows, so that you can directly compare the performance of two algorithms and pick the best one. The BIGO is not a piece of code you can put your algorithm into and it tells you how efficient it is. You will need to measure how the number of tests change as the data grows. And using this, you can apply a BIGO notation to it and measure it against other algorithms. In many cases, you will be using a data structure in which the way you interact with are well known. And in that case, it's easier to choose how they will scale as the input changes. Firstly, we will summarize the BIGO notation and then provide a little more context for each one. The reading materials will dive into greater data. Okay. The BIGO notation. The BIGO notation in the order of pain or speed from fastest to slowest. Okay, that's math. One constant complexity. Log n logarithmic complexity. O(n) linear complexity. N by log n complexity, quadratic complexity, cubic, exponential complexity, factorial complexity. Maths. Oh man, I hate maths. But wait. Yeah, I know. But yeah, the other day I was talking with a friend, with two friends actually, from the States. One of them is it's a backend senior on Ruby on Rails, and the other one is full stack, working for Facebook, I think. But sorry, I still don't ask him this question, but I asked to someone who was streaming on TikTok, and I asked him if he, in a daily basis, if you use binary tree search or recursivity or other stuff, and he say no, it's pretty rare you use the stuff. You most of the time you will use frameworks, libraries and stuff, but it's good if you have knowledge of that. It will be some helpful in the future, I think. You don't need to learn those. You can skip those optimization come last. Yeah, but I don't know. The last week I read about promises about I don't remember the other one. Well, this section where I'm in is called a bit of computer science. My main goal is to reach the section of React and start learning React again. So Also, I have see, I'm in the JavaScript section, but then I have HTML and CSS, Node, but in JavaScript. Now in here a bit of computer science, but then I will see a bit of testing. I think is very helpful. Most of the time I read people who know nothing about testing, and some of them don't get the job because they don't know testing. I mean, only a bit of testing. Well, Git and React. Yeah. So probably I'm going to do all this section, then testing, then intermediate Git, and instead of following with React, I will change to advanced HTML and CSS course. It's shorter, and when I finish this, I will continue with React, because I will have a strong knowledge of HTML and CSS style. Writing simple code is always faster way to run it. Less code most like to run faster. Checking if it's have we go while writing one word. Okay. Yeah, I think I know this is this theory. Probably I will never use it. when I get a job, I will never worry about the big O and stuff that I'm reading right now. But I think it's okay to read a bit of this. And I don't know if sometime in the future I'm asked about this, I could say, oh yes, I remember I read something called a big O notation. It was something like that, blah 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 blah. I don't know. But yeah, the main idea is to build until you success. But I said before, I enjoy reading, but I enjoy more when I build stuff, simple stuff or whatever. But yeah, I take my time to read. Do you work with the front end, or only the back end part? Do you work in the back end? You told me you work as a Linux admin, right? Okay. You are writing scripts. Okay. I write APIs before. Cool. and now only scripts for automation. Yeah, okay, gotcha. Cool. Cool.
Every weekend is the same. I'm the one you try to claim. Yeah, I already know about your game, but I'm not the one to sit around and be played. Call me up with no shame. All your words sound the same. Yeah, I already know about your game, but I'm not the one to sit around and be played. If you come around just to play me, don't bother, cause you ain't overdue. Don't even try to convince me. Don't to another flow. Tell me where to go, what to do. To another flow. Show me the stars. Show me the stars. Get it poppin' with 'em. Tell me where to go, what to do. To another flow. Tell me where to go, what to do. To another flow. Show me the stars. Show me the stars. Get it poppin' with 'em. Get it poppin' with 'em. To another flow. Get it poppin' with 'em. To another flow. Get it poppin' with 'em. To another flow.
A pair of jeans, a shirt or two. We didn't pack as if we weren't going back. It doesn't matter if it's true. I've got a feeling love will give us what we lack. The world is waiting up. The world is waiting half a step beyond our door. Yeah. And if it's not enough, I wanna see the stuff the world has got in store. I wanna take it all in, I'm falling. The cityscape by night, wanna catch in my photos. Where you go, every corner twice as bright. They'll be my treasures forever. When I can't hold you tight, I'll see the Stockholm lights. The Stockholm lights, the Stockholm lights.
Okay.
Tomorrow feels a year away. Like the seconds, the beginning and the end. But if in time it's yesterday, your picture's gonna bring it home to me
Voy a probar
again.
algo.
The world is waiting up. The world is waiting half a step beyond our door. And if it's not enough, got in store. I wanna take it all in, I'm falling. The cityscape by night, wanna catch in my photos. Where you go, every corner twice as bright. They'll be my treasures forever. When I can't hold you tight, I'll see the Stockholm lights. The Stockholm lights, the Stockholm lights.
Yeah, cool.
I'm on my own, broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down. All around this empty town, we're searching for the lost and found. But you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air, like a blazing flare. Just stare, cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant
I'm changing the.
kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain.
Oh, okay. It's too high. This one. Yeah, kinda works. This one. I think I will go with this one. Yeah, yeah, cool. Why we go? Okay, a few lines to finish. So.
Points in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the
Hola, soy Javier. ¿Cómo está Javier? ¿Todo bien? Acá andábamos leyendo un poco de Odin Project en la parte de JavaScript sobre el Big O, que es como demuestra la eficiencia del código. Hay varias alternativas, por ejemplo, estas. Bastante largo, pero bueno, voy a tener que leer más luego. Interesante. Step by step, complex analysis guide using JavaScript. Más para leer. Ok. Bueno, eso lo voy a estar leyendo luego, a la tarde. Bueno, nada, lo voy a dejar por acá. Y a la tarde seguramente voy a continuar con esto de Odin Project. Así que bueno, gracias por pasar a los que pasaron, por comentar. Y nos vemos después de la tarde si Dios quiere. Saludos.